Hi everybody, welcome to my new and exciting adventure of putting some things on YouTube. Now, bearing in mind that I am a viol player who spends most of my time in the 16th and early 17th centuries, usually sends most of my correspondence by owl post, just about manages a Facebook account but has never used Twitter or Instagram or any of the other various social media things that I believe are available. This is somewhat of an experiment. But you may have noticed that things in the world are complicated at the moment, and for myself and for most of my colleagues as professional freelance musicians, we have, as of about 2 days ago, found ourselves basically unemployed for the foreseeable future. So it's one of those moments where all those things you've said, oh well, I've never quite got time to do this, and suddenly got loads of time. So I've dutifully washed all my socks, cleaned the bathroom, made enough beetroot soup to feed both of my consorts for about 3 months, and now I'm looking for other things to do to stop myself from going mad, and hopefully to just inspire and encourage and prevent a few other people who are maybe spending more time than usual at home from going stir crazy. So I'm going to be making a series of videos about all sorts of different aspects of viol playing. So I've got my treble here, but I'll make some videos for bass playing. We'll look at some technical things, we'll look at all sorts of different levels of playing. So some that are aimed very much at new players and at beginners, and some much more advanced. And we'll cover all sorts of different styles and techniques. And I'm hoping that you might just find them entertaining and useful and helpful as teaching material. So here goes with the first one. I've been writing a review this week of some music for the Gamba Society. And the publication is by Oriana Music. So that is Richards and Johanna Carter. And there's a fantastic set of music coming out of Oriana, particularly aimed at new-ish players. So this is a set called the London Duos, publication number OM, Oriana Music 525. This is for 2 trebles, which is really exciting and really useful because it's difficult to find repertoire as a new treble player. I think it's much easier to find things for bass. They've done this for 2 tenors and 2 basses also, but this is the 2 treble version. And I'm looking at piece number 4 in the collection, which is a Boree by Keene. And if this goes according to plan, you should find that there is a PDF of this piece available in a link underneath this video. And Richard and Johanna have very kindly given permission for this one piece to be published so that you can print it out and play along. If you want the other pieces, you will have to buy the edition, and there are details of that below as well. So we're looking at number 4, Boree by Keene. I'll just play it for you, shall I? The top part goes like this. So there's the bottom part to go with it, which I might play in a bit so that you can play along and accompany. There are all sorts of really useful bowing and fingering things marked in here. So the suggestion is to start with a double back bow in the but are the first full bar, you need a C and a G. They're on the same fret but on different strings. And that kind of fingering is really not allowed, to hop one finger across from one string to the next. Much better way to do it is to use different fingers on the same fret on different strings. So in this case you'd use a third finger for the C and a second finger for the G. You've got to make sure your fingers are right up to the fret, otherwise you'll get one note that sounds really clearly and one note that sounds completely rubbish. And you have to see it coming so that you can arrange fingers to be in the right place. It's called chordal fingering. So that's in the very first full bar. Shall we try it out? Now at the end of this first line, there's a pair of quavers with a slur over them, C to a D. I think it's worth using a fourth finger for the D rather than slurring across the string. Keep both of those quavers on the same string, so you're going to use 2-4. And here, 2-4. Ooh. There's a funny little cross over the penultimate note. It's a trill. We'll start on the upper note and trill down. So the whole of the first section then. How about the whole of the first section, but slightly under speed, so you've got time to think about everything. Here we go. Bit quicker. How about I play the bottom part and you stick to the top? Let's look at the second section then, and again, 2 back bows suggested at the beginning of it. Just a few bits of fingering to think about, starting at the beginning of that second section. 4th finger, so that your slur again is on the same string, both notes, rather than crossing over. Same again here. That's an open A string, but the suggestion, and it's a good one, is that the next pair, also a 4th finger, so that your next 2 quavers are on the same string again. but then open string. Here's an enormous string cross, an octave and a whole tone from the top string down to that F. Really important that you keep that fourth finger on the top G, because the sound will keep going long after you've taken the bow off. And while your bow is wondering where to find the E string down here, you can keep that sound at the top. Another 4 for the slur. There's some more chordal fingering. Look, there's a G up to a C. And again the C up to the F. Fourth finger for the D. And there we are at the end. How about we do the second section, but again a little bit under speed, so you've got a chance to think about it. And that section a bit quicker. And again, how about I play the bottom part and you play the top in the second section twice. And finally, here's the whole piece from the top, both repeats, with me playing the bottom part, so you can play along on the top. isn't it? I like it. There's a whole set. How many are there in here? 18 pieces in total. And none of them go above the top fret. Some of them take you to the top, but none of them go beyond. Mostly in first position most of the time. You could probably play the top and the bottom parts. So definitely a good collection for treble viol players. And that's it. That is the end of the first YouTube video for this channel. I hope it was fun. It was fun for me. And do look out for some more that are coming, and tell as many people as possible about it. And let's see if we can enjoy ourselves while we're stuck at home during this virus.